I truly believe the most important way to honor those individuals, those people, those countries that have been so devastated, our communities that have been devastated. As Martin Luther King said, every bomb dropped on Vietnam explodes in our inner cities. I truly believe to honor all that has been lost, we need a strong anti-war movement to speak out for truth, to speak out for justice, to speak out for peace. And I believe that movement needs to start with the root. And I believe that root is the fact that today, not only is it okay for people to profit off war, but in many ways it is being celebrated. It's being celebrated. And with that, I want to very respectfully begin my remarks by asking our new mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, to stop giving Boeing tax breaks and incentives to profiting off killing civilians.
Woo!
I simply ask that we make Boeing pay its share. That simple request. That's very simple request. The fact that we all pay our share exposes the hypocrisies. I want to talk about Yemen and how these hypocrisies can be clarified. Yemen. The war has devastated Yemen's infrastructure, destroyed or damaged more than half of Yemen's health facilities, killed more than 8,350 civilians, injured more than 9,500 civilians, displaced 3.3 million people, and created a humanitarian disaster that threatens the lives of millions as cholera and famine spread through the country. More specifically, U.S. weapons there have killed at least 434 people and injured at least 1,004 in attacks that overwhelmingly included civilians and civilian targets. This spring, the Senate House passed a bill championed by Bernie Sanders and Republican Ro Khanna, requiring the United States to stop giving Saudi coalition intelligence and to prohibit the in-air refueling of Saudi warplanes. It was the first time in U.S. history that both chambers of Congress invoked the War Powers Act, designed to check the president's war-making powers by requiring congressional authorization to deploy troops overseas. Trump vetoed that bill on April 16th. Boeing continues to sell and push to sell more weapons to Saudi Arabia despite it being illegal. According to the Foreign Assistance Act of 1961, the United States may not authorize arms exports to governments that consistently engage in gross violence of international recognized human rights, which is pretty clear how Saudi has continually violated international human rights. 2. The Arms Export Control Act of 1976 that stipulates the export of weapons may only be used for countries' defense. In what way is this a war of defense? During that time, Boeing has been the largest war profiteer. Since the war began, Boeing stocks have more than doubled, from about $150 a share to $360 a share. Double! More specifically, it has made $21 billion in weapons sales to Saudi Arabia that included 6,000 guided missiles kits linked to 180 deaths. This has been over the same time that Boeing lied to the public and airlines about safety of their new 737 MAX airplane, and have profited off this V-22 Osprey that has major design flaws, which have been long denied, led to multiple crashes that killed 39 soldiers and Marines. Their vehicles are so faulty that they continually kill the people that we are here to supposedly honor today. I believe we have to honor them. One way of honoring them is by speaking out, exposing this. And not only do they profit off these deaths, they get tax breaks. Over the past decade, Boeing has been given $41 million in tax and other incentives from the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. This has to stop. It has to stop. Public Jim McGovern, Democrat, Massachusetts, said the bottom line is we know for a fact that they're bombing schools, school buses, bombing weddings, bombing funerals, and innocent people are being murdered. The question now is, are we going to just issue a press release and say we're horrified, or is there going to be consequences? Well, I believe some of those consequences starts with continuously giving them an advantage. And that's why I'm respectfully requesting that our new mayor stands up for peace and justice and stops giving Boeing tax breaks for making Boeing and make Boeing pay its share at a minimum.